Hello guys. I'm gonna try to keep this short. Well, I always say that. I'm gonna try. Um, but there are several people that I'm feeling like this applies to, but I feel like I know specifically, and I'll probably like send you the link myself if I think it's for you, but it could be for other people too. Um, Yesterday and today have been pretty difficult energetically, so if anything's been happening where like you feel like your energy's heavy or the energy around you heavy, or if people have just been like mean or rude or whatever, it's just like this collective energy. Like I said, if I sent you the excuse me email the day before inauguration about doing an energy clearing, and again, it's not like it doesn't matter what side you're on, it just because people are so divided about it, it creates a heavy energy, no matter what side you fall on. Um, but yeah, so that's been affecting a lot of people the last few days. I myself got like physically ill just because I'm like so sensitive to energy. Yeah, so that okay. This is why they take so long to do, because I go on tangents. All right, so I feel like this, dare I say, is for Earth energies. Specifically, I feel Virgo and Taurus, but it could be anybody. Maybe you're just in that kind of earthy energy. I don't know. Okay, let me get back into this energy. Give me one sec. Okay, the first thing that was coming through was about past life, having like past life elements still disrupting like your karma now. And again, this is, I feel, kind of specific because there's someone I had a conversation, gosh, I think just over the weekend about that. So that came through, and that's kind of what makes me think I know a couple people this may be for. But a lot of past life elements and like layers of like deja vu, because you are at the cusp of sort of some kind of breakthrough with like seeing that you planned this life, tapping into like past life things, and seeing patterns of um, like things that could come from, oh my goodness, I know exactly who this is for now. But it may, again, may apply to a couple other people, but I will send you a couple of people, but one specific, I'll send you the link because I feel like this is for you, because we literally just talked about this. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so, this is like recurring themes over different lifetimes, and things that did not get worked out in past lifetimes and like spill over to this one. So you get to a place where you start to understand energy, you start to understand lessons, and like you're kind of like, I've learned this lesson, so why does this thing keep recurring in my life? And it's because it's spilling over from a past life. It's like, it's karmic. Something about a belief. I'm seeing like this golden thread between lifetimes, between people, like souls you're tied to. What is this? I don't. Something about sisters, but I don't feel like your sister's in this lifetime. I feel like your sister's in a past lifetime. And they show me like the golden thread connecting two souls that were sisters. Doesn't mean you're a female now, but they were sisters. I think you are, but yeah, you're tied to each other, and you're like tied to past lives. Um, I can't figure out how to say this. Hold on. Yeah, this like golden cord tying souls together, tying lives together. It's very much like karmic. It's like the karmic wheel. As if you keep trying to repeat the same lesson again and again, but you've definitely been here before. No, now I'm hearing you've been right where you are before. I'm not sure what that means. Past life connection. Something you did in a past life, and you're at the same sort of crossroads, precipice in this lifetime, like right now. There's something very familiar. It will seem very familiar. Like you've had to make a decision like this in the past. And maybe even every life. I keep seeing like repeating, crossing the same threshold. I'm trying to see why you're facing this again, or what it is. There's this energy of like I have no idea, or I have no understanding of what just happened. Like, why does this keep? Because it's something that, like, okay, you'll notice a pattern in your life, and you know, when you're young and you go through it, you don't know what you're doing, and you go through it again, you're like, oh, I remember, let me try it this way. And you go through it again, you're like, well, those things I tried before didn't work, let me try it this way. And it's like you feel like you've worked through this thing and figured it out, but like it keeps happening. It's like a mystery to this. Like I'm almost frustrated with it. Like I've done this so many times and I know I figured this out. Why does this keep happening? I have to take this. TV is too loud and distracting. But I always try to keep like noise in the background in case anybody comes around. There's some kind of mystery. And Spirit wants you to look on the other side. There's, yes, something that keeps repeating again and again, but also repeating in multiple lifetimes. And it puts you in a confused state. Again, because you're at this point, like, I've been through this, I've tried all the ways, and now I've figured it out. Like, how can this keep happening? But there's something you should be paying closer attention to. And it has to do with, like, what will make you happy rather than, okay, so if I keep going through something, just for example, say I date cheaters. Okay, when I'm young and it first happens, I can't understand why they cheated. Everything was so great. Then it happens again, and I'm like, okay, what happened here? And I'm trying to figure out how to stop this. So, okay, I stop knowingly dating liars, and like, then it happens again. And like, I can't. Why does this keep happening? And like, I figured it out. I stopped dating liars. I stopped dating cheaters. How did I get cheated on again? Like, again, just as an example. But there's something about, rather than trying to figure out the right way to handle it, focus on what makes you happy. So in that example, I start dating someone, and rather than looking at like, okay, does this person lie? Is this person honest? I need to look at like, is this person making me happy? Because maybe they're not a liar, but I'm overlooking other things because I just feel like, well, they're a nice guy, so I should try this. Like, it's something about like, are you dating people because you want to date them? Or because it's like, I'm trying, like, dating anybody that comes my way. I'm just going to try different, you know what I mean? It's something about focusing more on what makes you happy rather than focusing on what the right lesson is or something like that, because you did master the lesson, so now it's something else. Yeah, instead of trying to figure out the other person and if they're going to cheat, focus more on like, is this the person I want to be with? Or I don't know how to say that. Something about asking yourself the wrong question. And again, it doesn't have to be about somebody cheating. I'm just trying to use that as an example, but like something about asking the wrong question. And it's like, this is something you've done in each lifetime. And it has to do with your own, choosing your own happiness. Instead of trying to solve a puzzle, um, instead of trying to understand somebody else, it's almost like the lesson keeps coming up lifetime after lifetime. And then if you're not seeing your past lives, then it's you can at least see that it's coming up time after time again in this lifetime. You need to just focus on what you want to build, what you want to grow, what is already growing in your life, what kind of things are yielding results for you in the sense of making you happy, not okay. Again, as an example of relationships, instead of saying like, okay, can I make this a successful relationship? Is this relationship making me happy? I hope that makes sense. Like there's a difference between I just want a successful relationship and focusing on what is actually making you happy. Not spending time thinking about somebody that was like in and out of your life, somebody that I know I keep getting somebody in and out of your life. And something about someone that was in and out of your life not needing to know too much about why you're not putting time and energy into them right now. And you not putting too much energy, yeah, that you don't put too much energy in that. Like, why didn't this person stay? Why do they keep hiding from me? Why do they pop in and out of my life? That is for that person to figure out. Like, leave that to them. Let them figure out why they come and go and jump in and jump out. Like, that's not for you to figure out. Yeah, because somebody was like wrapped up in the whole, and I think particularly in, like I said, the last couple of days, this energy we've been in, somebody was wrapped up in the whole like, why didn't they love me enough? Why was I not attractive enough? Didn't I treat them good enough? It's not about that, and it's not for you to figure out. Yeah, you guys are like, whoa, 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 stop, stop, stop. This is not about you. This is about them. And there was nothing you did wrong. And I don't say that lightly because usually I'm like, oh, everything's, two-sided. But like literally getting, there's nothing you did wrong. This is all this other person. It's an issue they have. There is nothing missing in you. Like, you don't have to ask yourself, like, why somebody doesn't stick around. Or like, wasn't I enough? Like, yeah, you're more than enough. It's this other person's issue. That your guys are just constantly now like, you're amazing. You're 10,000% enough. That you should never question your worth based on other people not seeing it. You have to be by a certain level, and most of you are like VIPs, so you wouldn't be a VIP if I didn't think you were at least at a certain level. By a certain level, there's people who haven't made it there that won't see the value in the work you've done on yourself. And that doesn't speak about you, that speaks about them. Um, this is like the spirit or your guides like coming and and giving you a hug. Like, this is not about you. This is not a you issue. This is a them issue, because I feel like somebody's feeling it really heavily right now. And again, I'm thinking of somebody specific. They keep emphasizing like this is not a puzzle for you to figure out. This is not a code for you to crack. And that it's actually not a big mystery. It's easy to figure out. Leave it with them. If as long as you stop questioning yourself about it, you'll see that like, oh, there is no mystery. It's because they went through this or they went through, like, it has nothing to do with you. So stop trying to internalize it and figure it out. They're saying there's nothing to figure out. Like, if you pull back and look at the picture, you can see like, oh, this person does this because they learned this or this happened to them or whatever. There's a bunch going on in their life, whatever it is. They're saying like, you don't need to be a detective. You don't need to figure that out. Leave it where it is and dive deeper into what makes you happy and focus more on yourself. And that this is this is the recurring theme, I think, that has happened throughout your life, or at least part of it. And the recurring theme that has happened throughout different lifetimes, that when other people don't see your worth, you question yourself rather than write it like, okay, well, they just can't see it. Like, you think it means your worth isn't there. Yeah, there's so many lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. Because it's like a yo-yo thing where some days you feel like I'm the shit, and then other days you're like, oh, maybe I'm not because so-and-so didn't see it. And you start questioning yourself, and they're saying like, no, leave that with them. Your big challenge is to know, no matter how other people react, um, know how valuable you are. And put your happiness ahead of all of it. There's something about how you do this, and I'm not judging. I'm just saying what comes through. You like I said, you have days where you get it, and you know you're the shit, and you know you've done the work, and blah blah blah. And then you go back to like teetering, like maybe something's wrong with me, maybe I did something wrong, and because of that, you're missing out on some kind of. It's tied to your abundance, like it's spilling over into like, I don't know, the money you could make or the gifts you could have or something. It's tied to some kind of abundance, like something's being held back until you get this, because it's like you were supposed to learn it in past lifetimes and you haven't. Like, it's kind of like, okay, you still don't get this, so we're gonna hold this back until you get it. I don't know why I'm hearing a scar from a past life, like, which could just be like a emotional scar, but I feel like it's a physical, like like some kind of birthmark or scar that doesn't make sense in this lifetime. Like, nothing happened in this lifetime that would cause that. Yeah, this is all wrapped up in like past life stuff. So I don't know if somebody needs like a past life reading or something, but even if you don't go to me, but there's some kind of recurring thing tied to past lives, lifetime after life. It's like, yeah, they just keep showing me like this repetitive cycle. Where are we at? 19. I better wrap this up soon. I keep saying I'm gonna do them quickly, and I never do. Because there's something about how you tend to attract people that are still trying to figure out who they are. Because you spark the growth. That's a recurring thing too. Like you tend to attract people who are not as advanced as you, spiritually, energetically, whatever. Like you're somebody that has done the work on yourself. If it's like self-help stuff or energy work or something, you tend to attract people who have not done that work, because it's kind of like, oh, you're so sparkly. Like, how do I get that? And that's why how you draw those people in. You're supposed to, because again, you spark the growth. You let people know they can get to whatever point you're at, because until they meet you, they don't even know that's possible. Yeah, you attract people that are not very stable. People who aren't stable are always attracted to people who are, because everybody's looking for stability. There's something about they're drawn to the stability, they're drawn to the light, but once they're there, they're kind of like, this is not, I don't know how to be this. And they run away. I know who this is for. Yeah, this has been repetitive, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. You draw on people that don't really know themselves, and you do. You know yourself very, very well. And they're saying like you allow yourself, rather than just being that pillar and that example, you allow yourself to be wounded by these people, and that you shouldn't. Again, it's like, leave that with them. You have sparked it, they will learn it, and that will work out. Don't question yourself over it. All right, I'm gonna end this, but okay, so that's what I have for you. All right, send in positive energy.